welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for clicking on today's video and welcome to your new room in my house. So this is all for you guys. I knew that I really wanted to make a room into my YouTube room, and I actually, the butch in me, the tiny butch in me built this chair and this desk. So if the desk crashes in the middle of the video, well, you know what happened. So hopefully it is nice and stable because we have a lot to talk about today. And that is, of course, about the trailer that dropped yesterday. I've been thinking about pretty much nothing else since. And we did also get that little teaser yesterday that they sneakily dropped on us. And they really didn't push that out a lot of places. I only saw it on Showtime's actual Instagram. It wasn't even on like the L Word Showtime. So if you haven't seen that one yet, I do have it posted on my channel. It's not even on the L Word Showtime like YouTube, so definitely make sure that you've caught it. It's the last video on my channel before this, and also there's the 2 teasers from before. So altogether there's 3 teasers and 1 full-length trailer. So everything's on my channel. If you haven't had a chance to see any of them, make sure to go and check those out. And then now we are going to be doing a deep dive and also some like little hidden things, Easter eggs, some things that maybe you wouldn't catch first time around, because there really is like a lot of quick cuts in this trailer, which, that's the nature of trailers. So just one other thing I wanted to mention before we get started. And I've had like quite a lot of new people on my channel, which I love to see it. I love seeing new people and new faces, new people who are fans of the L Word. And here, it doesn't matter if you are an almost 20-year fan like me, or you literally discovered the show yesterday. We're all the same, and I don't care if your favorite character is Wheezy or anyone else. Just please, everybody, be respectful of each other, and also, like, very importantly, of the cast, crew, writers, directors, everyone involved in the show. That's the only rule that I have, and I absolutely love seeing everyone's theories and thoughts and debate. So of course, let me know everything that you think about the trailer and the teasers down in the comment section. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe, because there is a lot more content coming out. And also, if you enjoy the video, please give it a like, as it really helps the channel out. And don't forget to follow me on social media, and also to share the video on Facebook, Reddit, whatever you prefer, as that brings in more L Word fans too. So for the trailer, I'm going to do what I do in the episode reviews and kind of go through each character. And I mean, there's certain characters there's not really too much going on, so we're going to jump around the trailers and the teasers and everything a little bit, but the main focus, of course, will be on the trailer, because that had the real meat of everything. So let's start off with Dani, Sophie, and Finley. And the reason I'm grouping them all together too is because obviously we had the huge cliffhanger last season, and they are not really in the trailer too much. And obviously I think that's because they couldn't use too many scenes, because it would be kind of obvious what happened if Sophie's having all her scenes with Dani or all her scenes with Finley. So just judging on the teaser, the trailer, what I've thought at the end of last season, and because it's been such a long time, I've gone back and forth so many times about Dani or Finley, and then for a really long period of time I was like, she's not going to choose anyone. And there is a little clip in the trailer of Sophie dancing. It's actually in the trailer and in the teaser that came out yesterday, and she's dancing with Alice. and you can clearly see that she has her engagement ring on her finger. And they seem to have been really careful about, you know, people's hands, and because obviously they know we're all going to be like freeze framing, which is exactly what I've done throughout this entire trailer. So I don't know whether that one was like missed, or have they like intentionally left that in there to kind of throw us off. So it's hard to really tell, obviously. And one thing that like is just kind of important to say about the trailers too, I went back and watched the season 1 trailer from obviously the premiere episode, and yeah, there's so much stuff that isn't in the trailer, and even stuff that is in the trailer, it's just spun in like a completely different way. So I mean, the trailer is like just over a minute, and they have 10 episodes this season. That it's going to be, you know, about 9 hours of content, maybe just slightly under 9 hours. So they're really having to cram a lot into this trailer, and obviously having to make sure everybody's in it, and like our series regulars are in it a good few times. So it's they have a hard job putting this trailer together in the first place. And I'll talk more about this one, especially when I talk about like Bet. So take everything with like a pinch of salt, because as well, like trailers can be really misleading also. So onto Mica. Mica's not too much in the trailer either. There's really not a lot of the Gen Q characters in the trailer, again, because I just think it's difficult, which you're giving away a lot of their storyline. But we do hear Mica saying that he slept with a woman. And I did say yesterday in my like immediate reaction that Mica in episode 3 and 4 was with that Hassan guy after Jose had like cancelled on him last minute, and he had that conversation with Sophie after he like went on, I guess it was like Grindr or something, and he was saying, oh, I always do this like after I have my feelings hurt. So has he done the same thing with a woman? And I'm really interested to what Jose's like excuse about being married is, because obviously we know that Mica like wasn't letting him in at the end of last season, so he still didn't know. And Jose is listed in the first couple of episodes, so it doesn't seem as though it's just going to be like, oh, Jose, like, yeah, he was married, and we never get any sort of, you know, answer to what was going on. I think there'll be something like, it'll be like a green card marriage or something like that, you know, where you can go, oh, okay, but he obviously still should have told him. So Angie and Jordy are in the trailer too, and they seem to be at prom, which looks super cute. And I love how they're in like a, you know, Angie's in like a really like 90s white tux, and then Jordy's in like a big like pink princess dress. So it'll be cool to see them as well going through like the end of high school, because it's really rare that you see actual queer characters in high, you know, like there's always someone who comes out, but it's always like around college, and then sometimes when they come out, it's like just their coming out storyline at that age. It's not them actually like moving in the world. So I think that'll be really interesting. And then it also seems as though they're definitely, I think, seniors and going to be going to university, which I'm sure Angie will be, and seeing how Bet and Tina also like navigate that life of like empty nesters and stuff. So we finally got to see Tess in the trailer. There was a couple of people missing from the little teasers, and Tess was one of them. She's in the trailer quite a lot too, which was really nice to see. And pretty much all of her scenes were with Shane, apart from that one where she's on like that balcony. So Shane and Tess definitely seem to be having this like business relationship, but also a really cool friendship. So I have a theory though, and this is why I'm going to talk about Shane a bit with Tess. So we see all this poker chips, and at one stage we see Alice, Bet, Shane and Gigi all playing poker, and then we see Tess, Shane's dog and Shane, and they have all this cash and all these poker chips. So anyone who's new to my channel, I've worked in e-gaming my entire life up until like October last year, and I worked for PokerStars for a long time, and then I designed like the math and everything and the psychological side of slot machines and like online stuff. But when I worked for PokerStars, I worked in mostly like fraud and security and game integrity and making sure people weren't cheating and things like that. So when I worked for PokerStars too, we had this big thing called Black Friday. And if you don't know what that is, you should go and Google it. It was a very interesting thing where obviously the FBI like confiscated all the e-gaming sites that were operating in the US, and I could do a video on that one day maybe. It's a really long story, but the point that I'm bringing that up is the FBI keeps a very close eye on gaming and people having illegal gambling operations. Not that like I was in an illegal gambling operation, but if anybody's seen the movie Molly's Game, if you haven't seen the movie, definitely check it out. Jessica Chastain is in it and loads of great people. And the book, what the movie's based on, is actually like a true story about this woman called Molly Bloom, and she was running like this celebrity poker illegal game in LA and then later in New York. And it's a really, really amazing story. So honestly, like it's definitely worth a watch or a read. And she was making millions and millions and lasted for so long, but she had like Tobey Maguire, Ben Affleck, like Leonardo DiCaprio, all these people played in her games. And like anything that's illegal, like you can get away with it, and then you'll get caught. So we know that there's something going down with the FBI. We saw those pictures that I went over in my live where the crew took a picture and you can see like all bad like cop badges and things in the background. We saw those pictures with police lights, and now we're seeing Shane with table full of cash and poker chips. So I'm like, is Shane running some like illegal lesbian high stakes poker tournament? I mean, crazier things have happened on the L Word. That was a real side road into maybe something that is completely redundant. But just last night, when obviously I was like playing the trailer over and over again, I was like, hang on a minute. And then I was thinking, well, maybe Alice, Bet, and Gigi, when they're playing with Shane, like Shane's trying to teach them. It just, I don't know. There seemed to be, in a minute and a bit long trailer, there was a lot of poker and money and stuff. So, I mean, I for one would think that would be super interesting and cool, but it could just be my imagination running away with me. And I'm prone to think about those things when I see like poker and cash and where's this come from. So that's just a little prediction, thought, who knows. So just to finish up on Shane, obviously I think that she is going to be the next Molly Bloom, but Shane's dog is there too, which I'm super happy to see. There needs to be major pet representation on the L Word. I know we had Mr. Piddles in the very, very beginning, but I definitely need some cat representation on the L Word too. I really am wondering who Shane is referring to when she said, oh, I didn't know she was her wife, because it seems as though the character that we know is called Chloe, played by Benita now, that Shane has slept with her and she is someone's wife. So I wonder if it's someone else who like works at Dana's. Just the way she was saying it to Tess, is obviously we know that Shane slept with like Tessa's girlfriend. Or is it another character that we already have been introduced to, or we're going to be introduced to in season 2? So definitely interested to see who that is. So on to Alice and Nat. I am not getting great relationship vibes throughout the trailer and the teaser for Alice and Nat, especially in the little third teaser. The way that Alice is saying, like, I can't change you and I don't want to. I'm not too sure how things are gonna go for Alice and Nat this season. And Stephanie Allen, like, definitely was on set and filming quite a lot, but there seemed to be a big chunk of time that she was working on another project. So who knows how it's going with Alice and Nat. And there really wasn't too much Alice alone in this trailer. We saw obviously Alice with Bet and Shane a lot, and that amazing going, it's going to be an amazing scene where Shane, Alice and Bet are like singing on the stage and Alice is really going for it. But there wasn't too much going on with Alice individually. We did see her, of course, at work with Sophie, and obviously we already knew from like the set pictures and stuff that we saw that the show was renewed. So I'm hoping that we get to see a lot more like on the set of Alice. And I'm definitely thinking if we get a good guest star this series, it will be through Alice's show. And I have talked before about how I think maybe Samira Wiley will be a guest star this season. The only reason I'm saying if we get one is just because of and them having to like rearrange shooting and everything like that. Like it could have screwed up their original plans to have certain people. So I do think if we don't get Samira Wiley this season, we will definitely at some stage. So Gigi, I'm officially splitting Gigi off from Alice and Nat, as we know they are done. And Gigi is like a main character now, series regular, and she is definitely being integrated into the OG group. A little integrated too much with one person, but I know some people are not fans, but number one Jabet fan right here. So Gigi, definitely we saw a lot of her in the trailer, even like a lot of like Gigi alone shots. Gigi looking amazing as always. My favorite character from Generation Q, and obviously Bet's my favorite from the OG. And we do see Bet and Gigi in the trailer. I mean, I can't believe they gave us that in the trailer. They know that we've been struggling to get through this never-ending hiatus. So I'm super intrigued to see what is going on with Bet and Gigi. The only thing that's making me think that it might not be anything really is because they've given it to us in the trailer. And I just think that maybe it's going to be like a one night stand thing. And then they'll become like besties like Alice and Bet. That's kind of what I'm thinking. The only thing that kind of throws a wrench in that is, and I mean like a good wrench, because again, number one Jabet fan, but at the end of like a lot of the teasers and at the end of the trailer, Bet and Gigi like run up to each other and like hug and like spin around, and yeah, I don't really do that with my friends. So I don't know. It's a really hard one to call, because the only time I've ever seen Bet do anything like that is in season 6 during that dance off episode, Last Dance, the second to last episode, when Tina gets the New York job and she's like, "You're a rock star." So yeah, I'm hopeful, but I don't want to get my little heart crushed again, because my Bet and Tina heart has been crushed into a million pieces. So yeah, love Gigi, love Bet, love Gigi and Bet, all for it, because on to Bet and Tina. Like, yeah, Carrie is in the trailer. We see Rosie O'Donnell playing Carrie. There is a tiny smidgen of hope, and that is actually in the little teaser Bet is sitting in, I mean, it's really hard to tell what it is. Some people thought it was a doctor's office. Some people thought it was like a school. It could be psychiatrist, hospital. It could be a lot of things. But Bet is like crying, and then she reaches her hand out and like holds onto a person's hand who's next to her. And it definitely 100%, well, okay, 98% is Tina sitting next to her, because like we've gone through this with a lot of the shots in the trailer, like in the other teaser, where Tina and Bet are with Angie and like Tina's hugging Angie. They have the same outfits on there from pictures from set. I'll put it on the screen. And then that scene where Bet is reaching a hand out, that Bet has the same clothes on, and you can see just like a smidgen of the person next to her, and it looks exactly like what Tina's wearing. And then I also saw some like, real MVPs out here sharing pictures of Laura Holloman's hands. And yeah, it definitely seems to be Tina that's sitting next to her, that she like reaches out her hand to. So, I mean, I love Bet and Tina. I just don't think it's going to be, boom, they're back together in episode 2. I think that the season, it will be like jealous Bet, jealous Tina, angsty. I think this is going to be like season 4 of the original. So, as I've said a lot of times, I completely trust Jennifer Beals, Laura Holloman, the showrunner, everybody. They're going to make us happy. I know it. So I'm just enjoying the short-lived Gibette for now, because Gigi and Bet, like, come on. It's going to be absolutely amazing for about 2 weeks, and then I'll crash and burn around them, because, yeah, it's going to be like a one-night thing. So let's just enjoy the ride through. Wasn't it all worth it after season 4 too? So we'll get there. And so I think that's pretty much it for the trailer. If there's anything that I missed, anything that you saw, let me know down in the comment section. And let me know what you're looking forward to. What was your favorite scene from the trailer? I mean, mine is 100% Bet, Shane, and Alice doing the karaoke. I have said on my Twitter, if anyone guesses the song that they are singing and puts it on Twitter, I mean, if you don't have Twitter, you can write it in the comments of here if you want to make a guess as to what song the 3 of them are singing. And if you're right, I will let you pick any shirt from my merch store and send it to you. So make sure to get your guesses in, and I cannot wait to see it. I'm predicting it's either going to be hit me with your best shot or I will survive. Those are my choices. Overall, I am just so excited for season 2 to start. I mean, it's the 1st of July, so we are so close. 1 month and 5 days until we get the premiere. And this trailer has just got me even more excited. It absolutely exceeded my expectations, and I'm just really looking forward to the entire season, the new episodes, but also being able to make videos and talk to you guys about it as well. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video and if you are excited for season 2, give the video a big thumbs up. And also don't forget to follow me over on social media, because that's where I post a lot of the little things that are happening, and then I'll come over here and make a video about it. So make sure to follow me over there. And also don't forget to check out my merch store, where I have a lot of L Word merchandise, and you can support the channel by making a purchase over there, and you'll have something fun to wear for season 2. Also, I'll be starting some new giveaways next week. Throughout season 2, I'm going to be doing a lot of merch giveaways, and then also a giveaway for one of the prints of Jennifer Beals L Word photographs, and also she'll sign it for you. So make sure to keep your eyes peeled for when I start those with season 2. But you have to be a subscriber to win. That's the only caveat. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.